Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone. I am taking over as Sergeant of Arms today, and I welcome you all. You all are seasoned Toastmasters, but still, please remember that this is a Toastmaster meeting where we encourage everyone to be at their best, be comfortable. So please feel free to switch on your videos if you are comfortable enough. Mute yourself when you are not talking so that we do not create disturbance. But at the same time, don't forget to unmute yourself when you are speaking because we don't want to miss any single word that you have had said. Having said that, I would like to hand over the meeting control to our acting president, the vice president of education, Tiger. Tiger, please take it over.
Thank you, Yasmin, and welcome guests, welcome members. We're a late arriving crowd, but it looks to me like we've got everybody. So we are set to go, and we appreciate everybody taking a role. Everyone has a role today. That's awesome. Toastmasters, is all about public speaking and leadership. RSS, our philosophy is learn and have fun. So I'm sure in the course of the day, we're all going to learn and we're all going to have fun. With that being said, let's turn it over to our esteemed Toastmaster of the day, Titan.
Thank you, Tiger. A very good morning, afternoon, evening, fellow Toastmasters. Our guest, I'm Titin Ningsi. I'm happy to be your Toastmaster of the meeting. How are you all today? Great? Awesome. Thank you. I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you, the role takers, fellow Toastmasters from other clubs who have helped us. Welcome to Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers Toastmasters Club's meeting. This is a safe place where we can progress and become a better version of ourselves. Today, we will have 3 sessions. First one, prepared speech, which will be delivered by 2 wonderful speakers, Lauren and Stephen. Second is the table topics, where all the participants are welcome to answer all the questions, statements in 1 until 2 minutes. It is a good opportunity to practice our impromptu speaking skill. And lastly, we have the evaluation session, which is known as the Breakfast of Champions. So make sure that you stay until our last session. The theme for today is pets. As today is the National Kitten Day, observed today on the 10th of July throughout the US, I believe. This day aims to remind us that while kittens are well equipped to find their way into our hearts, many don't find homes. So before we start, let me throw you a riddle. Why did a dog sit in the shade? Why did a dog sit in a shade? Because he didn't want to be a hot dog. If I may, I would like to ask whoever here who has a pet at home to share how having pets have changed your life. Perhaps Toastmaster Dini would like to share how having pets have changed your life. If I'm not mistaken, you own a cat. Is it correct?
Yes, I own a cat. It changes my life a lot because it fills me with happiness every day. Taking care of pet means that we learn how to take a responsibility. And that's how I learned from my pet, how to give unconditional love, how to have the empathy, and then how to care with others. And then, well, of course, gives me so much joy at home. Back to you.
Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Dini. Yes, extending our unconditional love to our pets and eventually to other beings as well. I would like to ask if there is any pets that you have had in the past or perhaps now. Please share with us in the chat box below. And while you are typing, in every Toastmasters meeting, we have our special team who will take care of our grammar, our filler words, the time, and many other things. For now, thank you, Stephen. A cat called Angela. Very nice name. For now, may I please call on the timer? We have the timer. Stephen, to give us the timing guidelines for our meeting. Stephen, the screen is yours. Stephen Liu, I believe.
Thanks, thanks, Titi. Good day, everyone. I will be serving as a timer today, so my duty is to time prepare the speech table topics and the speech evaluations. So when a speaker reaches the minimum time slot, I will show the green background. Let me show my green background. Let me show my, sorry, wait a moment. So can you see my background changed? So this is a green background, okay? So when a speaker reached middle point of the time slot, I will show the yellow background. So finally, when a speaker reached the maximum of the speaking time, I will show the red background. And the speaker then has 30 seconds to finish his speech. At the end of the meeting, I will give you a final report to show how you did in this meeting. What's your performance? That's all. Thank you. And back to you, Titi.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for your introduction of the timing scheme. And now let us proceed to our ANWOD counter. Heidi, would you please introduce your role to us?
Hi, I'm the AHA counter today, and I will listen carefully to each of you and count the filler words like meaningless words like oh well, so, but, you know, and something like that. By doing that, this will help you to improve your presentation during your speech. By the end of the meeting, I will deliver a report based on my observation. Okay, that's the rule. Enjoy the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi, for introducing your ANWOD counter role. And next, may I have the grammarian for this morning, Sarah, to explain your grammarian's role to us.
Thank you, Titin. As a grammarian, I will have two tasks today. One will be to pay attention to the good uses of the language. And I can also provide some suggestions to improve some other not very good usages of the language. And I will also provide the word of the day and will invite you to use it during the whole meeting. The word that I chose is one related to pets, but it is a word with many with many meanings. So it will be groom. Groom as a verb, which means to clean an animal. You can say, for example, the cat grooms himself. But it also has another meaning, which is to prepare someone for a special job or a special task. For example, my boss is grooming me to take his job next year. We can also have groom as a noun, which is a man which is about to get married. And you can say, for example, the bride and groom pose for pictures. And it also can be a man that cleans horses. I will paste this word in the chat. Please don't forget to use it for table topics and during all your participations. Back to you, Titin.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for introducing your role. You are all well groomed for today's meeting. And now let us proceed to our GE. Jerry, would you please introduce your GE role to us?
Thank you, teaching. As a general evaluator, I will evaluate each role taker, and then I will, after the meeting, I will give a overall evaluation about the whole meeting. I will give some feedback, what we are good at and what we can improve after the meeting. I will give a report. Thank you. Back to Titi.
Thank you very much, Jerry, for introducing your role to us. And now, without further ado, let us proceed to our awaited first session, which is the prepared speech session. In this session, our first speaker, Lauren, will deliver her 4 until 6 minutes icebreaker speech from her pet presentation mastery. Her evaluator is Yasmin. Please join me to welcome Lauren. About me, Lauren.
Thank you, Teton. I am new to this club, but not new to Toastmasters, and I've done my icebreaker before, however, not in this group. So I'm going to introduce myself today. I originally grew up in Las Vegas, which is known for casinos and gambling. I didn't do any of those, however. My mom is a doctor and my dad has a PhD in engineering. So both my parents loved school. And since the theme is pets, I thought I would show my life up until now through my pets. When I was growing up, I really wanted a dog, and my parents didn't think I'd take care of it. So to appease me, they got me a bunch of furry little animals like hamsters and rats and a gerbil and a rabbit. All great pets. The rats turned out to be the best of them all because they're super smart and snuggly, which you wouldn't expect from a rat. And these aren't sewer rats. They're called fancy rats, which they're domesticated. So that appeased my need for want for a dog, but I still really wanted one. And luckily there was this 5-year-old Chihuahua that one of my friends needed to rehome. So I, through much negotiation with my parents and even signing a contract to take care of the dog no matter what, I adopted Katie. She was 5 years old, like I said, and she was the best dog in the whole world. I call her the gateway dog because once my parents had a dog, they realized how much they love dogs, and now they have two Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. Katie taught me many things. I got her when I was just starting out in high school, which was a very good time because, as many of you know, high school can be rough. And I wasn't part of the popular group. I was very much into my own thing. And so sometimes it was lonely. However, Katie taught me that it's okay to be on your own and to do your own thing. If anyone has had a Chihuahua or knows Chihuahuas, they're very temperamental and they only like one person. They also have big personalities and do what they want to do, even if you don't want them to do those things like barking or running around or something. Katie taught me that it's okay to show your personality and to be stubborn sometimes in order to get what you want. She was with me through high school and up until my sophomore year in college. She passed away, but lived a happy 7 years with me and my parents. I was lucky enough in college to find another dog that needed a home just through accident. And this dachshund is Trudy. She is she was a very sweet dachshund. She had a broken leg, sort of, so she was a tripod, but that didn't stop her from running around and being full of energy. We got her a wheelchair too to help her walk so that there wasn't a lot of pressure on her hind legs. And Trudy taught me that it's good to speak your mind. She taught me this through barking all the time. She loved to bark and she didn't let anything stop her from talking about whatever she was talking about. She also taught me to remain positive because she came from a bad situation where she was mainly outside in weather that was super cold. And so she probably wouldn't have made it through the next winter. And I was lucky enough to get her before she may have passed away for no really good reason, and like old age. So she lived a good 2 to 3 years with us and before she passed away, and she was a very good dog. And one of the dogs I have now is Connie. I adopted her in 2018, right after I graduated college. And she's mainly a Chihuahua, but with some Shih Tzu and miniature poodle mixed in with her. She taught me that sometimes it's okay to look silly because she has an underbite and it's really cute. Sometimes she looks really silly, but she's not afraid of doing that because that's just her. And she also likes to go on hikes, and she taught me that it's okay to be tired. Even though she's a small dog, she has a lot of energy, but sometimes she gets tired. And so I have a little backpack for her when we go on hikes. My other dog is Gina. She's also a Chihuahua mixed with a bunch of other small dogs. And she taught me that it's okay to be excited about little things. She gets dinner every day, and you think she'd be used to it, but she keeps jumping up and down and wagging her tail really fast. And so she's always excited about little things like food or snuggles. And she also taught me that it's good to focus and work hard because she's focused on food and snuggles. That's pretty much what she wants all the time. So my 2 dogs and my fiance and I all live together as a pack of 4. And my dogs have taught me many things throughout the years. So that's a little about me. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Round of applause, please, for Lauren. Thank you so much for sharing with us your personal story. And it is really nice that you share with us your pets. Yes, hamsters and chihuahuas are perfect to take care of. And you even share with us the life lessons that you have gotten from adopting your dogs. Thank you so much for sharing, Lauren. And now let us proceed to our second speaker, Stephen, who will deliver his project in 5 until 7 minutes from his pet, Persuasive Influence. His evaluator is a tiger. Let us welcome Stephen with his speech, From Silence to Strength. Stephen.
How many of you would stand up for others? If you do, please raise your hand. Thank you. I was afraid of standing up for others until one thing changed me. It was a Monday during lunchtime. We were having a lunch with my whole family, my wife, my 2 kids, Jason and Jimmy, and me. Suddenly, Jimmy said, "Dad, my ear hurt." With curiosity, I asked why. He told me that his martial arts teacher snapped him on his left ear. After hearing this, I was very angry and upset. But then my son continued. He said sometimes he even used his knees to push against their backs, and it really hurt. After hearing this, I was exploded. I dropped my chopsticks and I directly rushed to my room and started to text the head teacher. I request them to give me a feedback as soon as possible and put this incident into investigation. 2 hours later, the teacher sent me a photo. My son, Jimmy, the head teacher leader, and the martial arts teacher. It looks like they were talking. So they explained to me that they understand the situation and they took it very seriously. And the martial arts teacher was apologized to my son. You think that's the end of the story, right? No. The second day came. My son came back home and approached me and asked, "Dad, am I a bad boy?" Why? Why do you say so? Because in our classroom, our teacher said, whoever's parents does not punish their children physically will make their children become misbehaved bad boys. Imagine after you hearing this, what is your reaction? Will you be angry like me? Raise your hand if you are. I was really angry and upset for what he did. Without hesitation, I picked up my phone and called him. I was not surprised he did not answer because he was afraid of me. Half an hour later, he called back and he requested to meet me and have a personal or private conversation. I went downstairs and took me a few minutes to walk there. We met up. During our whole conversation, he was trying to find reasons for himself. Blah and blah says like, you know, I didn't mean that, or I mean like, you know, proper education is needed, whatsoever. I was not convinced. So I made it very clear to him. Whatever you do as a teacher, you should be very mindful of what you say to the students. You cannot just say anything. This young child, they're fragile. We need to protect them. After back and forth, he agreed he will apologize to my son. The second day came, my son came back and told me the teacher did apologize to him, but in a weird way, not necessarily apologize, just explain to him again. I did not want to push this further, although I was not very satisfied with the outcome. But I think the message has got out to him clear and loud. No students, no child can be abused physically or verbally. Fellow Toastmasters, I used to be a guy who would dare not to stand up for other people because I was afraid. But this time, I decided to do it because I want to become a person my son would look up to. I became a person who stood up for others, speaking up and take actions. So if this is you, what would be your action? Will you do the same? Toastmaster.
Round of applause, please, for Stephen. Thank you. Thank you very much for reminding us to stand up for others and sharing your personal life story. Thank you for your touching story, Stephen. Now, may I have the timers report from Stephen Liu? Would you please verify that all the speakers have spoken within the allotted time?
You're muted, Stephen.
So let me, so can you guys see my screen? Okay, so basically the prepared speech, the maximum, the time slot is 7 minutes. So speak one Lauren used 8 minutes and 45 seconds. And speak to Stephen Tree used 6 minutes and 24 seconds. So this is my time report right now, as of now, okay?
Thank you, Stephen. And next, we have our another awaited session of the meeting. That is the table topic session. Without further ado, please join me to welcome Toastmaster Dini, who will lead the table topic session for today. Toastmaster Dini, the screen is yours.
Thank you, our Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for me and Toastmaster Titan here. Allow me to share the screen. In this session, this is my cat, mentioned by Toastmaster Titan earlier. Hi, this is my cat, Puyo. So welcome to table topic session, everyone. Please kindly help me participate in the session actively. Today, I was told to provide 8 topics, but yeah, I give extra topics for today. So it's about 10 topics. I hope that you will actively participate in this session. Right, our topic for today is pet. And then the word of the day is groom. I hope that you can use this word as frequent as possible. Before we get into the session, I would like to remind you about these things. First, you need to choose a topic, and then don't forget to use the word of the day, which is groom. And then you are allowed to speak within the time limit 1 to 2 minutes, and you only have 50 seconds to wrap up your speech. If you are confused on how you answer the questions or respond to the topic, you can use the prep technique, which is give your point, provide reason, example, and then close with your previous point again. Now, here I provide 10 pause here, the colorful pause. I want all the participants here to choose one of the pause here. So who wants to be the first volunteer? I give you opportunity to volunteer first before I point out. Is there anyone who want to volunteer yourself to choose this cutie pause? Tiger, I saw you raise your hands. Okay, so which color?
Purple.
Purple, awesome. So here is your topic. Tiger, how do you see people protecting wild animals in their homes? Do you agree or disagree? How do you see people protecting wild animals in their homes? Do you agree or disagree, Tiger?
I don't see a whole lot of people protecting wild animals in their homes in terms of having a pet. I know only one person in my life, he had a pet monkey. That monkey was the biggest mooch you ever imagined, but he was cute. However, there are many people in Oregon. We have many wild animals. As a matter of fact, just in my neighborhood, I have bobcats, I have deer, skunks, raccoons. People in Oregon are ecologists in the sense that we do look after our wild animals. We try to leave some of our environment for them, not as much as I would like. We do have a lot of people that hunt, but the hunting is actually designed to keep populations, say, of the deer at a point where they don't just take over. So I see that a lot of people are interested in wild animals. People come from all over the world to go hiking in Oregon, to go to the beach and see birds. We have lots of birds. As a matter of fact, the greatest thing that I can share with you is that there is a pond, a lake, a small lake that's only a few miles away. There are 187 different species of birds that stop at this lake in their migration pattern. It is perfectly located between the two mountain ranges for birds going north and south. And this lake has been put aside. There's no hunting. They have set up what they call blinds so that people can come and take pictures. It's right off the freeway, so literally hundreds of people stop at one time or another to take pictures, to look at the wildlife. It is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we do make some efforts. The one thing I can tell you that's a little bit humorous that really frustrates me is that there is a person in my park that feeds the skunks. I have nothing personal against skunks. Literally, they're smart. They're not going to spray you unless you do something to disrupt them. But as soon as one walks by, I can smell it. And there's always that little fear that, you know, someone's going to throw a rock at it or something and it's going to spray, because I'll tell you right now, if a skunk sprays anywhere near you, like my motorhome, my car, it's gone. You cannot get that smell out. I had a dog get into a skunk. We washed that thing in tomato sauce. We washed it in soap. We put oatmeal. I don't care what you do. It took a month to get to get that dog, to get the skunk smell of that dog. And the poor guy, he tried to come in the house. We're like, sorry, buddy, not on your life. So I appreciate wildlife. I love it. I sit around, I watch the birds, I watch deer, I watch even the bobcat. The bobcat sits there. I don't know if you watch cats hunt, but that thing will sit there for 2 hours waiting for a mouse. Most people don't realize that cats, wild cats, their main diet are mice. At any rate, I love wildlife. It is one of the greatest things, I think, for anybody to get out and see the wildlife, because to me, it shows me that there is a God in this world, because when you look at all the wildlife and how everything's connected, it is absolutely amazing. Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Awesome. Please give a big hand to Tiger. Yeah, I do agree with you that we should appreciate the wildlife by just looking at them in the wild where they belong. All right, Tiger, thank you. Now, the next person I'm going to choose from all the participants here. I think, let me see. I think Jerry is ready to take the second topic.
Okay, thank you, Dini.
All right. So don't forget, you will choose a topic by choosing the color. The word of the day is groom. 1 to 2 minutes, you can use prep technique to answer the topic. So here are the colors. Tiger chose purple, so you can choose any color except the purple.
I can choose red.
Right, this one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your topic. If you could create a global initiative to improve the lives of pets, what would it focus on and why? Jerry, if you could create a global initiative to improve the lives of pets, what would it focus on and why? Jerry.
Wow, this is a very, very big topic. I would like to focus on how the pets can get along with our human. Everybody knows, I think the owner like their pets very much, but sometimes the owner, they just ignored about the situation around them, the people around them. Take for example, many people have the dog pets. They will walk the dog without any strings. Sometimes for the owner, he knows or she knows the dog is very kind, will not bark or will not bite anybody else. But for others, they don't know the pet, they don't know the dog. By nature, people will be afraid of their pet and will stay away from the pet, especially when we live in apartment and we share the same elevators. When I see this kind of situation, one pet a dog in the elevator, I just don't want to step in. So I hope my folks will be improve the awareness and the consciousness about how people raise their pet and groom their pets, make them beautiful, so somebody else can like them. And at the same time, it's very important is that we need to take care of the emotion of others. not anybody is at the same level to learn your pets very well, especially for some, for example, the dogs and this kind of maybe will attack others. We need to be very careful. So my focus will be improve the awareness, how to get along with the others of the pets. Thank you. Back to Dini.
Yes, I do agree. Sometimes in our neighborhood, our neighbors cannot accept us raising a dog or raising a cat, and then they just hate our guts to have those pets. So I hope that your initiatives like this can be heard by people and by all the communities around the world so that we can get along with pets. All right, thank you, Jerry, for your insights. Now, let me have tiger number 2. Should I call you tiger number 2 or do you have another name?
Yes, thank you.
I-
Actually, I'm Tiger Zhao. Yeah, so Tiger
Okay.
Zhao is to
Yes.
identify.
All right, no worries. So here is the topic for you. Wait a minute.
Okay. I want to pick a easy one.
So don't forget the word of the day is grow, and then 1 to 2 minutes only, and you can use the prep technique point with an example point to answer the topic. Here is the topics. So purple and red have been taken, so you can choose the other colors.
Maybe I can choose the pink one.
Pink, okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
So here, Tiger,
Okay.
what are some of the advantages or disadvantages of having a pet, in your opinion? What are some of the advantages or disadvantages of having a pet, Tiger?
Okay, so my question is, what are some of the advantage and disadvantage of having pets? Okay, so this is a great question. Everybody, every family, I think they will discuss this question before you want to raise a pet. So to know you are suitable to raise a pet or not. Okay, I can share my comments. So firstly, the advantage is if you have a pet, looks like you have a family member. Yeah, like a brother, like a daughter, like a son, if a kids. Maybe your kids have a brother, sister like this. So accompany your family. So give you a lot of happiness in your family. And also you can do some exercise by walk, pets in the daily, in every day. I think it's good for some family. Of course, he also has some disadvantage if you have a pet. For example, if you need to take a vacation to travel, so nobody help take your pets. Maybe you need some help. Some people help you raise the pets. I did see this case during the China New Year. One of my friends, he go home, he left his pets at home. He asked his colleague to help take cats, go there every day to feed the kids. The second thing, if you are very busy, maybe you don't have time to walk the pets, will make the pets unhappy because the pets also want to go outside to exercise every day. The third one, if you are bad health mood, maybe you cannot take care of your pets very well and play some game with your pets. Also will make the pets unhappy. Yeah, this is a disadvantage. So anyway, so when you raise a pet, they always have some advantage and disadvantage. You need to think about it. And then also you need to have some plan B. If you are not available or if you are busy, to help you how to remove the disadvantage. Yeah, that's my comments. Thanks. Back to the TTM. Finley.
Thank you, Tiger. Yes, I think having plan B when we have a pet is a brilliant idea, because sometimes, yeah, I didn't enjoy my vacation because I always thought about my pet. Okay, who's gonna take care of Uyo and then many more. Okay, so I think it is nice to have plan B to cover up the disadvantages of having a pet. Thank you, Tiger, for your thoughts on this. Next, let me have, I think I haven't heard from Stephen Liu here, our timer. So can I have other role to take care of the timer? Well, I have Stephen.
Yes, I can be the timer.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, okay, just was it. Thank you. So, Stephen, let me give you this topic. Wait a minute. So don't forget that we have the word of the day groom, and then only 1 to 2 minutes. You can use prep technique to answer the topic. Now you may choose your topics here from this colorful pulse. Which one?
Okay. Green.
Green. Okay, this one?
Yes.
All right, so this is the topic. If your pet could talk, what would be the first question they ask you? Okay, this is a nonsense topic. If your pet could talk, what would be the first question they ask you? Stephen Liu.
Okay. So as mentioned by Tiger 2, so if you raise a pet, so the pet means a lot to you. It likes your son, your daughter, or your brothers. So pet also have the emotion. So if they can talk, so they will ask you the question for sure. So be mindful to treat your dog, your pet as your children, your kids. So usually the kids will ask a lot of questions to you. The first question, do you like me? Do you love me? This kind of question. Also, they will ask a lot of why, 5 why, 10 why, 1,000 why, this kind of questions to parents. So this is the how you build a relationship with your kids, and this is a two-way. The kids ask your question, and you answer to them, and this is two-way. You will clear some kind of blockers. Usually they have the blockers, and they need to reach out to you for help. So they heavily rely on you. So you are the very important person to them. So please always to give you peace. If your pet can talk, give him or her positive answers. So this is mean a lot to them. Thank you.
Marvelous. Yeah, giving the positive comments, positive answers to our pets. I would say this would create a positive environment in your home then. All right, thank you. I think that is all for the table topics. If I can wrap up everything from our first table topics, Tiger, he said that we should appreciate wildlife because wildlife is actually one of the greatest things in life. The second one, we have Jerry. He said he would like to initiate the awareness of how we can raise and groom our pets so that we can get along with our pets in our neighborhood. The third one, we have Tiger. There are always advantages or disadvantages of having a pet. Make sure that we have plan B to cover the disadvantages. And then the last but not least, we have Stephen Liu. If we have pets, the only questions that they will ask us probably, do you love me? It's just like our couple, right? Do you love me? Do you like me? And make sure we provide positive answers to them. All right, that's all. I'll sign off as the table topics master and give the control back to our Toastmasters of the meeting.
Thank you very much for your fabulous table topic session, Toastmaster Dini. Round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Dini. We really had our enjoyable table topic sessions with you. And now, may I have the timer, Stephen Liu, to verify that all the speakers have spoken within the allotted time?
Okay, thank you, Titi. Let me share my screen. So can you guys see my screen right now? So for the table topic section,
I think you need to zoom in. Also, it's too
zoom in,
small.
okay.
Zoom in,
Okay.
zoom in.
Okay. Can you
Yes.
see clearly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for table topic, the limit is 1 to 2 minutes. So basically, Dini, the table topic master, the introduction is controlled very well. It's 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Tag one is over the limit a little bit. It's 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Jerry, over the limit, is 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Tag two, good job. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Stephen Liu, recorded by Titin, it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So that's all. Back to you.
Thank you so much, our timer, Stephen Liu. And now let us proceed to our last session. That is the Heart of Toastmasters meeting evaluation session. This session will be led by our general evaluator, Jerry Luo. Before that, let me share with you 3 fun facts about having pets. First one, health benefits. The studies have shown that owning a pet can have numerous health benefits such as reducing the stress, lowering the blood pressure, boosting immunity. Second one, emotional support. Pets can provide excellent emotional support and companionship. The third one, unconditional love. As being mentioned by Toastmaster Dini, pets are known for their unconditional love, their loyalty, making them wonderful sources of comfort. And now, without further ado, please join me to welcome our General Evaluator, Jerry. His screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Very great teaching. Overall, the meeting is very high level, and now we are moving to our third section. It's very important for Toastmaster is the evaluation part. First, I would like to invite Yasmin to give a evaluation to Laura's speech, break speech. Yasmin.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. I feel so privileged and honored to have getting the chance to evaluate Lauren's speak. And I think she set the stage right by mentioning herself that this is not her first speech at Toastmaster, and we could see it everywhere. I'm almost sure to have missed a couple of points because my list of commendations for her is really long. But things that I don't want to miss mentioning is her elegant speaking style. She has a very cool and calm pace. Her language is very clear is very high. The grammar that she uses and the word and the vocabulary that she uses is like extremely elegant. One thing that I had least expected is humor. And I was so surprised with the punches. And we must appreciate the style with which it is delivered, because it's very different style. It's not a style of humor where you will expect like expressions flowing your way, or like, tones, language modulations flowing your way to generate giggle, but it's intellectual humor. And I think that's one thing I must commend, Lauren, that you had fantastic humor in your speeches and in the punches. Who would have imagined that the icebreaker speech would be so well prepared with the theme? She picked up the theme, that pet is the theme, and she wonderfully explained her journey through the wonderful pets she has. Pictures of those pets said it all. We did not have anything else when those beautiful pictures, the loving pictures of Lauren and the pets were there. But many of you like me have experienced challenges while transiting with different pictures. And Lauren had mastered the skill. I saw her smoothly surfing from one picture to another at the right spot. No struggles with switching over. So technically also she is very well kept up and she can do it simultaneously. I think you have raised the bar to deliver an icebreaker speech. Absolutely, it wasn't an icebreaker speech. It was something I would at my level would have done that maybe for project 5 or towards the completion. So very well done, Lauren. Having said that, we are here to challenge, and I'm gonna challenge you. I'm not gonna say that you need to change your speaking style, because I do realize you have a very specific style of speaking. But there is no harm in experimenting. So you have a very constant tone. Try experimenting. We don't know it until we have heard it from you, if it suits you or not. So it's a challenge. I'm just trying to challenge you to try a new style with a little bit of modulation. You have had a couple of chances. You could have created dialogues between yourself, your pet, how things went. And I cannot end by saying that there was very deep message with every pet she shared. And she didn't share it like a message. She's like a message to herself. This pet taught me this. And every time she was telling this to herself, we all were nodding and feeling the message ourselves. So she was engaging all of us without directly engaging us. A very beautiful style I like, and I will take it also in my speeches. Thanks you again, Lauren, for wonderful speech, and we look forward for having more and more of it. Giving it back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Yasmin. Now, let's welcome Tiger to evaluate Steve's speech.
Stephen,
Tiger.
thank you very much for coming and sharing a speech with us. The way I do an evaluation is I use the acronym SPEECH. S is structure. Did Stephen have a structure? Clearly there was a beginning, there was a body, there was a finish. The other S I like to talk about is storytelling. Did he tell a story? Absolutely. One thing I can suggest about your structure is your beginning and your finish. There's clearly a beginning and a finish. I would work on getting us involved a little better. And one thing, we get to the presentation, when you ask, like for instance, how many people like Stephen's story? Raise your hand. Jerry, you didn't like Stephen's story? No, just kidding. But notice, Stephen, that I gave everyone a chance to raise their hand. I paused because when you said, raise your hand, you said, raise your hand. And then about 1 second later, you went. So how would you know if people actually raise their hand or not? That's one recommendation. In terms of the presentation, I like the fact that it was conversational. It felt to me like you were sitting in my living room, just telling a story. I would like to piggyback on what Yasmin said about vocal variety. Your vocal variety was pretty steady, and you had some great chances to do some vocal variety in terms of, like, for instance, when I called him, he didn't answer. I called him and he didn't answer because he was afraid of me. I mean, really lay into it, have some fun with that. And same with your dialogue, you know, change your voice between you and the other person. It's one thing to look, that's good, but change your dialogue. But overall, the presentation was good. It was easy to follow. Engagement. Was it a topic that we can all relate to? I believe, even though we're not all parents, we can all relate to the fact that you are a parent and that you care. Clearly, that was a point that was well made. Enthusiasm. Is this something that you feel strongly about? That's obvious. Obviously, you feel very strongly about it. Communicate a message. So getting back to your beginning and your finish, there was an implied message, clearly. But I think you could make it stronger by having a clear statement of a message that you use several times throughout the speech to the idiom is hit us with it. Hit us. What I've been taught, and Teton smiling, what I've been taught is you can say your message 4, 5, 6 times in a speech. Really hit home. So the way you know if people got your message, come back a week from now and ask people, did you get my message? And if they go, yeah, I don't remember, then you know the message wasn't very clear. Again, you had an implied message, don't get me wrong, but I would hit it a little bit harder. And H, everyone here that knows me knows H, it's humor. This was a fairly serious speech, I understand that, and there's a lot of passion, but there were some opportunities for humor. Anytime you're dealing with a kid, when you're dealing with other people, you know, you can throw a little humor. It doesn't have to be laugh out loud humor or jokes or anything like that, but I think you had some opportunities for humor. So in conclusion, it was a great story. It was a passionate story. I like your delivery in terms of it was easy to follow. I would work a little bit more on your message and your vocal variety. But other than that, I really appreciated the story. It was great. And I think that everyone here can say it was definitely worth listening to. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Tygo. Very comprehensive evaluation. Now we have our meeting can go so smoothly because we have so many facilitators. Their contribution is very important. Now I would like to invite our timer Stephen to give us a timer report.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. So let me share my screen so everybody have the visibility. Okay, so can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So this is the final timer report from me, from my observation. So basically for the first portion, section, prepare the speech, 7 minutes. So speak one, Lauren, use 5 minutes, 45 seconds. So we give the average. Yeah, this is the performance. So speak to Stephen Cui, used 6 minutes, 24 seconds. So excellent. Yeah, job. Congratulations. So for the section 2 table topic, the limit is 1 to 2 minutes. So the table topic master, the introduction daily, use 2 minutes 27 seconds. So excellent. For tiger 1, over the limit a little bit. It's 3 minutes and 55 seconds. For Jerry, over the limit 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Tiger 2 and myself within the limit is tiger 2, 2 minutes and 47. Me is 2 minutes and 5 seconds. For the evaluation portion, so for Yasmin, our limit is 2 to 3 minutes. So Yasmin used 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Tiger is 4 minutes and 9 seconds. So that's all for my timer report. Thank you. Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, timer, Stephen. Now, I would like to invite our accountant, Heidi, to give us a report.
Hello, thank you, Jerry. I'll give my report one by one. Let's start from Laureen. Laureen has 6 and arm and 3 butt, 9 soul, and then there's a lot of and. She start with her sentence with and a lot, like 20 plus something. Yeah, there's too many, I think. Right. And Tintin, she's good. Steven, he had 1 but, 1 so, and 2 you know in their conversation. And 4 end. Stephen, he had 3 and then there's a lot of so. She starts his sentence with so, a lot of so, like 25. That means every sentence he starts with so, the next one, so the next one. I hope he pay attention to that and try to eliminate this one. Okay, 6 end. Tintin, Dini, she has 10 so. Tiger, he's good. He has 1 Jerry, you have 5 2 but. Tiger number 2, he has 3 and. Yasmin had 3 so and 3 you know. About voice on my observation. I know there's a lot of and so in the conversation, but this is the filler words that doesn't have a lot of meanings. We all should try to eliminate it, pay attention to the words that we start with our sentence. That will help us to present a more quality and effective presentation. Thank you. Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Heidi. Now, I would like to invite our grammarian, Sarah, to give us a report.
Thank you, Jerry. Well, I was groomed in this meeting to take over new roles in the next weeks. So I got some good uses of the language, but not many bad usage. I will share with you some of them. In Laureen's speech, we not only saw very groomed dogs, but also some nice lessons she learned from them. Like, for example, it's okay to show your personality and to be stubborn. A very nice figurative language. Chihuahuas have big personalities. I love that. Or another one like, it's okay to be excited about little things. I really like that. Then we have other figurative language from Steve, like I was exploding. I think we all know this feeling. Or another one, the children are fragile. You need to protect them. Very agree with this sentence. Or another one from Tiger 2, I think it was a plan B helped to remove the disadvantages. Or the important question for a pet, do you love me? I really like that. And another good sentence from Jasmine, you have raised the bar. I like to use that a lot. Something that we can improve, I think it was Steve. Some of the sentence was the professor was apologized. I think in that context, you can also say the professor had apologized. It's a very small thing. I also hear some repetitions, like when some people were participating. Today I will present, today I will participate. Why not changing this today for in the following, in this occasion, for this session I prepare, something like try to use more variety. And that's it. The word of the day was used by Titin, Jerry, Tiger in the chat. And yeah, that's it for my report. Back to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Sarah. I would like to give an overall evaluation about this meeting. From a perspective, the whole meeting is quite high level. From the prepared speech to the facilitator to the evaluator, everyone put much effort to this meeting, well prepared. The whole meeting is well organized. Our Toastmaster team, she did a great job and give a full introduction about the meeting, asked a question about the pet, introduce the scene, and also about the word of today, make the meeting atmosphere very energetic. The other one is our table topic master Dini. I think every time Dini bring us some very refreshing ideas about how to present and raise the bar about the meeting. I still remember the last time how she did the general evaluation, but this time how she did the table topic. She started a slide, a very beautiful slide. You can introduce the rules and the techniques will remind you how to use the word of today. This is a very detailed and I think make us to learn, really make us grow. I think it's very good. Then for the evaluator, Yasmin give the evaluation to our icebreaker Lauren. She mentioned about the strengths, the positive point first, very encouraging. Then give the suggestion to Lauren. This is a very good evaluation structure and will encourage the icebreaker, the speaker. Then they know how to improve in the future. Second one, I would like to Tiger, you are a very perfect evaluator because we can see how you evaluate Stephen. Start from the content, the structure about the beginning, body and ending. Then you have your recommendation. I totally agree what you said about the vocal variety and the changes the voice. This is very important to make the presentation vivid. Very good. About our facilitator, our counter Heidi, you did a very great job, very detailed report. Everybody know how much filler words they are using. after heard your report, now when I speak, I will pay attention when not use the filler word. It's very good. Then our grammarian, Sarah. Sarah, you made a very complete report about the good usage and the word of today. You calculate how many times we used. So I think today's word is a little difficult. I think so. How we really do know how to frame the sentence, but you record very carefully. Thank you. And then our timer, Stephen. We didn't see you for a while, but you take the role, and I like your Excel spreadsheet, especially you recorded everyone's time on the spreadsheet with a emoji, right? So you to show what is good, what is over time, what is within time. I like your way to illustrate the time. Overall, I think the meeting is very high level, and one suggestion is that I don't get the agenda for this meeting and the past meeting. I'm not sure who is in charge of this kind of agenda. If we have this agenda, we will more good at controlling our time and the content flow. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, our GE Jerry, for your insightful, comprehensive evaluation session. Round of applause, please, for our GE Jerry and his wonderful team. I'll make it quick before I hand it over to Tiger. Let me give you one last fun fact about adopting a pet. Having a pet can help us to improve our mood. Interacting with pets have been shown to release the endorphins, leading to improved mood and a sense of well-being, which I believe we feel the same thing after attending RSS enjoyable meeting this morning. Tiger, please take it away.
Thank you, Teton. We're a little over time, so I just want to thank everybody, members and guests, for coming. We're over time because of me. I talked too long. So let's go ahead and officially end the meeting. If you could please stick around so that we can get our roles filled for the next week, I would greatly appreciate it. But at this point, on 3, I'm going to end the meeting. 1, 2, 3.